Well, let's hear it.
My son died on February 22nd. February is the second month. He died on 2/2/2, okay? About 10 days after he died, I woke up in the middle of the night, and I'm a really good sleeper. Even after he died, I slept well. Woke up in the middle of the night, checked my watch, it's 2:22. Checked it again, 2:22. I'm like, okay, you know, here's a connection. About a week later, I woke up again, 2:22. Okay, Rory, I get it. You know, the way that we're going to connect is through those numbers. He's been dead, like I said, since 2005. I can't tell you how many times I've seen 222. All right, I go to New York City in September. I meet with a real live literary agent. This is my dream come true. I'm in Manhattan. It's only my third time there, at a Starbucks, drinking my coffee, talking with an agent. Loves my book. The concept is, it's called The First Year, Living with Loss as Spiritual Practice. So there's going to be 35 entries. And I would give this book to you, and for a year, every single day, I would accompany you on your journey. Maybe it would be the first year after your son died. Maybe it would be the 5th year. And in essence, what I'd hope to do is everything I've learned, I want to share with you. So the meeting went really well. I signed the contract. It's a deal. I go to LaGuardia Airport. I'm getting ready to come home. I order my coffee. I look at the cash register, and I say to the guy, stop. Got to get my phone, take a picture of this. I'll show you the picture. 222. You know, my son Rory's saying, Dad,
it's on.
Move in the right direction. Exactly.
Right.
So I've got a website. It's tomzuba.com. And I've shared that story. And I asked other people who are living with the death of someone that they love to share similar stories. It's amazing. I mean, I don't know how you could live if you thought you would never see your son again. You know, if you'd never be reunited with him in one way or another. And I'll take it a step further. I mean, I think your son and my wife and daughter, in some form, their soul, their spirit, their energy, they're right here.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they be?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they be? If you died first and there was a way for you to connect with your family, wouldn't you move heaven and earth?
Man, I would if I could.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing about it, that we're alive. We haven't crossed where they have crossed. And, you know, it's going to be very interesting when that day comes to find out, because we'll be at a point that we're not at right now.
Right.
You know, and that's the only way, to be honest, that's the way I look at it. I'm not where my son is, but I know where he used to be, and that's what I cling to.
Yeah.
You know, we had a rocky road, to be honest. My wife really stabilized as much as she could our relationship, but when I retired, I spent my last 8 months with him, and it was painful to see him on all the meds. It got extremely painful to see him have 4 grand mal seizures in 6 days.
Yeah.
Lose his memory, and forget that his sister had got married, forget that she had a baby, forget that they had a new house. I mean, every time he had one, he'd just lose more memory. Forgot his mother's phone number, a number that he called all the time. And those seizures just took him, you know, psychologically. It just did something to his brain, you know.
Don't you wonder, it's like, what is that all about? You know, like this is what I think that death gives us an opportunity, and you've got a great opportunity, to ask what I would consider life's fundamental questions. Is there a God? If there is, what did God have to do with the death of your son? You know, does your son still exist? If so, where is he? Can he communicate with you? Can you communicate with him? I told you, my kids were 3 and 7 when their mom died. I did not want them thinking that their mom was in heaven way up there. You know, that she would, to tell a 3-year-old that mommy's so far away. So I said, heaven's right here.
Yeah.
You know, you can't see mom she's in heaven, whatever that is, but she's right here. Heaven's right here. My hunch is, I might be wrong, but when you do cross over, your son's going to say, I sat Tom Zuba. I hope you listened to him. He was right, Dad. I am right there. And you know what he's probably also saying? I'm the one that's carrying you now.
Yeah.
I'm the one that's carrying you.
Well, I feel he is. It was a project I have been working on since I graduated in college in 1978. That when I took on the job at Federal Express, it was really demanding. I worked out of town every day. I couldn't do it. I had this dream, and I couldn't do it. And he believed in it so much. I mean, he always told me, I know this is going to work. I know it's going to work. Then when he passed away, it was just like, it was so painful. But then it's like something came over me and said, now is the time to follow through. I got my copyright. I got my trademark. I spent the money to do all this. I sent my business plan in to some people, and they called me. They said, we like it. And hopefully my project jumps off the ground. And if it goes, my son's going to be with me all the way. At least in my heart and in my mind, he will be.
Yeah. Yeah. See, and I just want you to think about, I think it's more than just your heart and your mind. Mm-hmm. I do. I think of that. I think that wherever they are, that they've tapped into a power that we can't comprehend. Right. It's a love that's incomprehensible to our little human minds and our human experience.
Tom, we only have 4 minutes, man. I tell you.
We could go on. We just started.
Honestly, I think this is good for people, especially when your book comes out.
Yeah, and come to my website, tomzuba.com.
Okay, tomzuba.com.
Yeah.
And when is your book going to be out?
I don't know. Well, my editor is, my agent is sending it off to editors. Mm-hmm. So I need an editor to say, yeah, we're going to go with this.
Okay. So when it comes out, you will come back and join me?
Absolutely.
And, I'll take my time and read it first, and we'll go over.
Absolutely.
We have about 3 minutes left. We didn't really touch on Christmas, New Year's. Any suggestions what people should go through, what they should do with about 3 minutes left?
Yes. You know best what you need this Christmas and this Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. You have to take care of yourself. And I'm going to give you permission. If you want to stay in bed, stay in bed. You want to go to Florida, go to Florida.
Hold on.
Yes.
Evelyn. No, Evelyn. Yeah. My wife is saying that's what she wanted to do, but I'm trying to get her to stay with me and be with me. And, but like you said, you put it out there now, so if she wants to do what she wants to do, I can't stop her.
Every single person knows what they need.
Okay.
And the objective should be, how can I bring peace into the holidays this season? It's like, don't force yourself to do something that you know is going to be painful.
Right.
And you've got to take care of yourself.
That's so true. Right now, I used to try to go places. I'd have people on my show, and I want to be at their event. Since my son passed, I spend more time at home. I stay with my wife more because, we've gotten closer, and then we've gotten further apart too at the same time. I don't know how that's possible, but we still had that common feeling about our son.
Yeah.
And it's something that will not change ever.
Yeah.
And there's nothing else that made us closer that way. 1 minute, Tom. What you got for my guests? Just one thing you can say in about 40 seconds to help somebody.
Okay. Figure out what you can do to bring yourself some peace this holiday season. If you have to say no, I want to give you permission to say no. Right. If you have to say yes, I'm going to give you the permission to say yes. You take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm. That's some good advice, and I tell you, ever since July the 10th, when he passed away, that I felt that independence, and I've seen my wife show it too.
One other thing, it's the holiday season. Look for a connection. The people that you love that have died are trying to connect with you. Okay. Look for it. Now, open your eyes, ask for it, and look for it. Is this a connection? And this is a connection. And